Good afternoon, guys. Today's video we're going to be building a hoop house for this raised bed in front of me. So it's 11 foot by 3 foot, and what I want to do is I want to have a raised bed that's a hoop house that's on hinges so that I can open it up, get under it without faffing around with bird netting and things like that. So I'm going to show you the process for this. Right, so there's a few things you're going to need, and one of which is tools. So I'm just going to go through the tools that I think I'm going to need. If I find I need any more, I'll update this bit of the video. First thing is saws. So I've got a big saw here for making big cuts, and I've got a smaller saw just for making any sort of small, delicate cuts, because I've got 8 foot long pieces of wood here, but I've got an 11 foot raised bed, so I've got to join some pieces together. Spirit level for making sure everything's straight. Set square and pencil for drawing the lines in order for me to get straight cuts. Tape measure, pliers. I always find I need to pull something out, so I always bring pliers. I got a little pencil sharpener as well, and I've gone for this job for an impact driver, mainly because it's a new tool I bought, but also I don't have to mess around with pilot holes. I can just drill straight into the wood, whereas if I had a typical drill, I might have to do pilot holes, which will end up taking a lot more time. So yeah, that's what I think you need tool-wise. Right, so that was the tools, now the materials. So for the wood to build the frame, I've gone for 1 inch by 1.5 inch treated timber. It's got to be treated because obviously outside and things, unless you're going to sort of paint it or stain it yourself and things. Gone for some 12.5 millimeter PVC sort of pipe, which is going to obviously form the hoops. I've got some clips to secure the hoops into place. These are just sort of D-shaped clips with 2 screw holes either side that you can just screw the pipe into something. I've got my hinges because I want this to be able to be raised so I can access underneath. These are 76 millimeter hinges, and when you're buying the hinges, just think about the size of your wood. You don't want to buy a hinge that's too big or anything like that. And then finally, I've got some 20 millimeter screws, and that's just for obviously going into the sort of 1 inch thick wood and everything. Right, guys, so this was the first part of the project, just building the frame of the hoop house. So it's been a bit of a bodge job because, like I said, I had 8 foot pieces, so I've had to do some overlap joins on the planks here and here. But other than that, it's okay. One thing I will note is just the hinges, and I'll just show you those a second. So with the hinges, where there is quite like a thick barrel, you've had to leave a sort of gap here, just so that the hinge operates nice and smoothly. And if you're ever doing something like this, maybe you're a bit like me, not too used to DIY and things, you need to leave a gap. So keep an eye on that one. Right, so the hoops are affixed. There's quite a lot of bend in this pipe that I've going to have to like bend out and things. So it's still a work in progress, this, but they're at least in, and I'm just going to put a screw just through where the pipe sits, just so I can secure them all at the exact same height. But I'm pretty happy how it's going so far, and every now and again I just check that the mechanism still works and I haven't got a pipe in the soil or anything like that. But so far so good. Right, so here we have it. Unfortunately, the netting I've got is too small, so I've kind of stretched it on just for now because I've got plants that I need to get in here. But unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to take netting off, put on a larger set so that I don't get all this bowing. For now, I have put this brace on the top, which kind of keeps the hoops at a semi-equal distance, but it looks kind of ugly, and it's 100% a bodge job. But other than that, it's all done. It's fully functional. I can lift this up. What I'll probably try and do as well is I'll get some like sticks where I can prop under it so I can work under here without it collapsing on me. And yeah, that's the project, guys. So hope you enjoy.